So since this is GMB,
Yep.
since
Okay.
this is the GMB Pro, I'll be focusing majorly on the different type of links which make sense for a local business to get. That is agency that is running the SEO for a local business, or maybe a local business owner on its own. So
Perfect.
my
Perfect.
background is, yeah, I'll give you a small brief of my background. I worked for Prudential and eClerks in the UK, in London, for about 10 years. After that, I started a social media agency called Taurus Night that was based in London. And in 2016, I got introduced to niche websites. So I then started my own niche websites, grew my niche websites, sold my biggest one for mid six figures. And then I started basically a SEO agency. In SEO, later on, I focused only on link building. So today I have a link building agency. The name is whlinks.com. So we are a very small boutique link building agency where we do genuine outreach. We do genuine outreach and we don't pay for links. So the quality of links which we get is much higher than the normal links which you'd be buying in the market. So I've been working in SEO from 2009, you could say, from 2016 exclusively on links and niche websites. Currently, I own two niche websites which have a valuation of about $1.2 million, and along with that, my link building agency. Okay, so starting out, basically, I'll give you a brief idea of most of your viewers would already be doing links, but starting out, I'll give a small brief of the foundation of links. So essentially, when Google looks at a website, it would look at three aspects. That is the relevance of a link, the trust factor, how trustworthy the link is, and the power of the link. One of the best advantages which a local business has is that you don't really need to invest a lot in terms of links, because for local businesses, reviews, properly ensuring that your website is optimized, that your GMB profile is optimized, those are main things. But having said that, in competitive markets like, say, Payday, that was my biggest website which I had sold, the six-figure website was a Payday website. So in terms of Payday, in terms of roofing, in terms of those type of niches, you would definitely need links. So starting with the first thing which you always need when you are starting your GMB is, or when you set up your GMB, you set up your website, the first thing I'd always suggest to people is start your links with the foundational links. So you have your social fortress, you have your social profiles made. I guess Williams business is fantastic in terms of outsourcing that section because they do it really well. So you have your Facebook, you have your Twitter, you have your YouTube, and you have maybe say about 10 to 12 other social profiles. Another thing which I like to do is when I try to link the GMB via IFTTT, or you could use some other software, to all your social profiles. So whenever you post something new on your GMB, or you create a new blog post for your website, that automatically gets shared into your social profiles. Now, social profiles are easy to make because of which Google will not give it a lot of power, but it involves a lot of trust, because any new business which is starting out will obviously logically have social profiles. And even though the links are no follow, and these days a lot of social profiles are not indexed, uh, the level of effort which is there is so low, the creation, and then you syndicate it automatically, that it's a no-brainer to make sure that your social profiles are created.
100%.
The second thing which I do when I have a new business created is I focus, whether it's rank or rent or whether it's a GMB for a local business, is you have your business profiles or your citations. That too, Williams has a great team which does the citations. Citations comes in two parts basically. The first one is your location. So say, for example, you are in Nashville, then you would focus on Nashville related directories to ensure that your name, address, phone number, your NAP is consistent, your website is placed there, you've got a no follow link from there. In addition to that, you also focus on your industry. So say, for example, you're a veterinarian. So there'll be like maybe about 10 to 12 veterinarian or pet-based business directories. So you ensure that that also is covered. So these are very niche specific. I don't go for these large large citation websites because they don't give you your niche value. So here you are having your relevance, that you're getting your, well, even though the links are no follow, you're getting your links from uh, profiles or from websites which are related to the location, and you're getting links from profiles which are related to your industry. So that's the second thing which I do, and that's the second thing which I implement when I set up a GMB or a local website. The third thing which I do is I focus on blogs which are related to the industry, and blogs which are related to the location, and we leave comments. So now blog commenting is something which used to work really very well between 2020 or 2010 and 2015, and these days a lot of people don't do it. The reason I do it is there are three reasons basically. The first reason is whenever you are commenting on someone's blog, right? You are building a connection with them. As William said, I comment a lot on his Facebook because I find it interesting. So I build a relationship with him. So in the same way, when there maybe say there are 200, say you are a plumbing website, and there are 200 websites of plumbing where whenever they post a new article on their blog, you go and you comment, or your team goes and they comment. Even if it's something as simple as, great post, really loved it, and you catch one thing in the H2, you paste it down there and say, this was very great. So a VA of yours can do that. The focus behind that is, the first thing is you're building a relationship with them. So tomorrow you ask them for a do follow link in their article, the chances are there that they'll say yes. The second thing which happens is you're creating a no follow link, which adds to your link building diversity. So tomorrow, when you are actually investing money and you are building links, Google is not going to look at it in terms of suspicion, because Google will see, okay, you have 10 or 20 do follow links, but then you also have 200 to 300 for no follow links on related articles. So, your profile looks even more genuine, and the EEAT also starts increasing. And the third part is relevance. At the end of the day, even though the link is no follow, you still are having a lot of relevance because you're commenting only on, say, if you're a plumber, then you're commenting on blog posts of plumbing websites, which is highly relevant in terms of industry. And you're commenting on location websites. So if you're in Nashville, then you're focusing on Nashville-based websites, which is again relevant to the industry. So these are the three basic foundations which I focus on when I start out a GMB or a local website. Now, the interesting thing about this is a lot of times your competitors are not doing even this much. So there's a high possibility that your ranking will increase even if you do this much. Once you see that you have stabilized in your ranking and you need a little bit extra push, what I'm going to be speaking now is links which you can get without paying for those links.
Awesome. So just to recap up to this point, guys, for local businesses, right, where you utilize the GMB, the website trust, does matter. As far as your backlinking to it, right? Anything with backlinkings, you want to make it relevant and trustworthy. For local, like Russell was saying, is sometimes you don't have to do as much because you can make a play on your reviews, optimize your GMB, and then on those hard niches, then this is where you would get those links. And then doing what I refer to as best practices, right? Your social media, and Russell just gave a hint, connected to a network, your ITFF, right?
That's right.
Where you can syndicate, to your social media, citations, right? Blogs, right? And then both of these, there's two legs or branches, which is local and niche related, right? So local, if you're in California, that you would do California citations, and then niche, as far as if you're in plumbing, right? You stay within those plumbings, and building a relationship, so when you request a link, that they'll be more willing to give you that link. So hopefully everybody's picking up what Russell's putting down, tracking, right? So I just wanted to kind of recap that a little bit.
Fantastic. Thanks for the recap. It was very comprehensive. That's great. So the next type of links which you would do now, so say suppose you see that you are ranking well, it's always good that even if you're ranking in number one, that you continue building links, because you can never say tomorrow your competitor may then start building more links than you, or Google makes any change. At the end of the day, the only differentiating factor between you and a competitor of yours who would be doing almost as well as you would be links. It comes down to that. In terms of local, it's also reviews. So that's something which you need to focus on. But along with reviews, links are something which consistently help you improve your authority in a specific niche. So many of you all must have heard that reciprocal links don't work. Google frowns upon it. That's very suspicious and all that. That does not work so basically the background of this is uh, now this is what I'm speaking about is the second level of links which you'll be creating. This will be a little bit more difficult. It will involve outreach. It will involve having talks with other website owners, but it will give you more powerful links in terms of the links will be more relevant. The links will be more powerful, and it will help you boost your ranking much more than the links which we have earlier mentioned. So these type of links are outreach links. You get them from outreaching to websites in your industry and outreaching to websites in your location. So as I said, first you would do your blog commenting, you would develop a relationship with that website owner. The next step which you take is you tell them that I will give you a link, you give me a link. Okay. Now, in 80% of SEOs will tell you that this does not work. Google will ban you. Google will frowns upon reciprocal links. There's a logic behind that. So say, for example, in the 2000s and in the early 2010s, people saw that they could build a blog network, which is also known as a private blog network, PBN. And those uh, websites did not add value. They just had some copy paste content on them or rewritten content on them. And their exclusive purpose was giving links back to your website. So now when you are getting links from those websites, Google will may penalize you. If you are approaching another website which is adding no value to the internet, and you tell them, you give me a link, I'll give you a link, or those PBNs used to link a lot to each other and to the client website. So that is something that Google frowns upon and bans. If you are a genuine business, and say, for example, you are a plumber in Nashville, and you are linking to a roofing company which is in the home industry, right? A roof is a part of a home. The plumbing, the toilet is a part of a home. The landscaping, the garden around the house is a part of your home. So all these are related to each other. A plumber will not link to another plumber. So you're not going to get a link from them. But you'll get a link from a roofing company. You'll get a link from a landscaping company. You'll get a link from a carpet cleaning company in Nashville. Okay. So here you'll be able to focus on getting location-based links. You send them an email saying that, I made a list of the top local businesses in Nashville, and I have linked back to you. So this is my resource with maybe say 200 businesses in it. I would like you to link back in return, if you don't mind, on your so-and-so article, which talks about, I will write an article on how you can have cost-effective changes to your house, which will include roofing, if it's a roofing company, and it will include plumbing. And in the plumbing section, I'll be giving a link back to, I'll be adding a link back to my website. So these are links which Google approves because the roofing website is a genuine company. Google is made sure that that's a genuine company with a genuine location, with genuine people giving reviews, and it is not a PBN. So there, when there is an interlink, that a link comes from your website to their website and back again from their website to your website, you are not penalized. Also, because it's a location link, there's a very high level of relevance. Because it's a genuine website, there is a very high level of trust and power. So these type of links are good. So these are the first type of links which you do because they're very easy. There's a very high possibility that if you are a small business owner in that location, you will also know the people, so it's not directly blind outreach. You have met him in a grocery store sometime. You have worked on someone's house in their toilet, and also they have been working on the roof at the same time. You have built connections with them. So they will be most happy if you tell them, my SEO guy would like to write an article for your website. He'll say, sure, I'll connect them with my SEO guy, and they'll publish your article. And that SEO guy also will be happy because he's getting a link back from your website. So, that's the next thing which I focus on. Very easy to get links. They say link building is difficult, but when you focus on a very small aspect of it and a very logical aspect of it, it's very easy. So if you approach about say 100 websites and you tell them you're not paying for a link, you will maybe get one link back. With this approach, if you approach 100 websites, there's a high chance 90 websites will give you a link back, because it's hyper relevant. Same thing you do for the location based. Now you're completely location based. Same thing you do for the industry based. So say, for example, now you're in the plumbing industry, there's something called prime local when waiting to enter the room. Okay. So same thing you do for your local industry. Your industry specific. So say, for example, now, a plumber in Nashville is not going to link back to you. But you see, if your radius is say 10 miles, you see the 20, you take your area of 20 miles, 50 miles, maybe say 70 miles, and there you see the plumbers which are there. And then you outreach to those plumbers saying, I'll make a page on my website, which will say that for so-and-so location, the best plumbers are so-and-so. And I'll give you a link, a do follow link back to your website. In return, on your website, you can create a page that if you'd like to visit so-and-so location, which is outside your area of expertise, and you can recommend me on that page. You can even have the page ready and send it to them. They can just copy paste it onto their website. So that's another way of getting links which are hyper relevant because they are from plumbers, but they are in areas which are spread out, which are not your competition. So these are two very good ways in which you can get hyper relevant and hyper powerful website, trustworthy websites, links, and you don't have to pay a dime for it because you're telling them, I'll give you a link, you're giving me a link. You just have to employ a VA or maybe, someone in William's team can take it up and they outsource it to William and his team does the outreach. It's very good to go through an agency for doing this because then they already have relationships. Like say, for example, if now Williams is focusing and has a person who's focusing on Nashville, they have already then built a relationship with 20, 30 businesses in Nashville. So the next business which comes on in, it's easy to, get links for that business because the relationship is already built. The third thing which I like to do is offer a small scholarship. So say, for example, scholarship links worked amazingly well in 2016. There was this guy called 10 Beast who had started out an affiliate website and he ranked for these crazy keywords and was earning about $30,000 to $40,000 a month only by focusing on scholarship links. So after that, the technique became very widespread. Everyone started approaching universities and colleges and all, because of which they stopped giving links. But in a local market, it still works, right? Because there'll always be a local community college. There'll always be in that area a few trade schools, a few places which give apprenticeship. So you have a scholarship for your location. So you say that, for this location, and it doesn't have to be much. You can just say it's $100 scholarship for once a year. So it's not a huge investment, but then they will put it on their list. That so-and-so business is offering a scholarship. And also then you can contact your local newspaper and say that, you're offering a scholarship. They will promote you free of cost on that. And you may get a do follow no follow link on their website. So that's an added benefit which you get through the scholarship link basis. So the logic behind here is make a list of all the places which are giving you education in your area. So you can even have target the local library, you can target the local community college, you can target the local schools, and then you say that you will be giving a small scholarship, and maybe the person can write an article on something so that people will send in their entries, more traffic will come to your website, publicity will happen. Like say, for example, if you are saying that top hygiene tips or top tips for ensuring that your toilet lasts longer. You have this type of an article, which then you contact all the local schools and you inform them that people who would like to participate can send in their entries, either a video entry or an essay entry, and you will be choosing a winner. That winner will be getting a scholarship of $100. Now, what happens is the schools will inform it to they'll put it on their bulletin board. The children will go, they'll read it. $100 is a big amount for them. They will go home, they will speak to their parents. Brand recall happens that, okay, so-and-so person is sponsoring things and so-and-so person is doing something for the community. So the next time their toilet goes off, they will contact you for that. And also you can approach the local newspaper and have the local newspaper cover this, that, there's a sponsorship for so and so. They do it happily because at the end of the day, it's benefiting the public. They don't ask you anything in return for it. And they also, if they have a e-version of their newspaper, sometimes you may even get a, follow or a no follow link back on it. So that these are the three very easy ways where you don't have to pay for links and you get a lot of high quality links back in return. So for most local businesses, these type of links and the earlier foundation links should be more than enough to cover the link building aspect. You don't really need to pay for links. You get high quality links and you get consistent links, because there'll be new plumbers coming up, there'll be new businesses coming up in your locality. You just have to outreach to them, telling them that, congratulations that you started a new business. I'll be featuring you on my website. And since your website is new, would you like me to feature you on, would you like to feature me, or at least give me a link back on your website? So there are many more very highly advanced techniques, but that would, by creating data about your location, by creating data about your industry, then doing outreach to reporters, getting very high level of links. But that, honestly speaking, won't really be necessary for a local business unless it's very highly competitive, like a payday website, or maybe say casino website. So if you are in your very normal niches, or even a rehab, so say for example, now you have a rehabilitation center. Now rehabilitation is one of the most competitive niches, because the amount which you pay for a rehab is very high. It goes in tens of thousands of dollars. So plastic surgery, for that matter, uh, breast enlargement. So these are very competitive niches. Now the advantage of these niches is that even though they're competitive, there is tons of data which you can play with, especially with ChatGPT. You can, now these are all very advanced techniques. So you can create an article which is very high data centric and which has a lot of uh, shock value. Like, you can say that 30% of women who have had breast enlargement have then had complications, or have had so and so cancer, or in the next 10 years have had so and so cancer. So this is something which you need to dig in a lot. So you need to have a researcher who would be sitting in. They would be going through a lot of forums where people are speaking about cancer. Then breast cancer. Then you ask them, have you ever had have you ever had breast enlargement surgery done? And then you take out some data from there. So the data either has to be very shocking, that, wow, this is something that is uh, either very detrimental to the health, to your health, or very helpful to your health. Like, say, for example, they say that, eating spinach per day, or, eating spinach gives you X amount of iron. And then you come out with a new research which says that, oregano leaves and the whole plant of oregano gives you 10x iron. And you all that Popeye sitting and eating spinach and he's very sad that, or, or maybe he has spinach in one hand, oregano on the other hand, and you have a visual, something like that. That then you can promote to newspapers and reporters across the world. And then you get in links from maybe say Washington Post, you get from New York Times, you get those type of very heavy, powerful links, which will like boost your rankings, because you are taking a very different angle. You have made it very interesting. And most importantly, people who are reading it will have a shock value. And also then another thing which I love to do is, you have a list, like say, for example, now you're talking about say breast enlargement. You have a list of maybe say 20,000 women-centric groups on Pinterest, and maybe say 20,000 women-centric Facebook groups. And you have maybe VAs, slowly by slowly, maybe 5 per day. They just share it out there. Did you know? Make sure that the line is different. Make sure that it's a couple of lines are written, one statistic is pasted, and then you paste a link. So you get a lot of traffic also coming in. You tell the reporters that this has been well received. You share with them the analytics that, this has been so well received that where our website was getting maybe say 10 visitors per day or 100 visitors per day, it is spiked up to 50,000 visitors because of this research report. So the reporter knows that this is something which is very interesting. And this is something which their audience would love to read. And you have also given social proof that, so much traffic has actually come in. Your website, your newspaper also getting that much readership because you are so huge. And there's a high possibility that they will link back. So this is the third level. this level you would require only if you're like in a really very competitive niche. But other than that, the first level and the second level should be good enough for most, about 90 to 95% of GMB agency owners also, and maybe say business owners also.
Awesome, man.
So
That is great, guys. I hope everybody kind of got like an aha moment, or like, oh, okay, I remember that technique. I haven't used it. Or if you're using it and you're struggling, that you can adjust, like, oh, okay, let me bring it down a level, don't go so wide. Go local, go niche, even so you have that path of least resistance, right? To
that's
get your own goal. And make it a win-win situation, because you have either a local website, a local business, and you're helping another related or sub niche, right? So the plumber can get, involved with the water damage, right? Like if there's a flood, you're going to need a plumber, and you need the water damage, a drywall guy, right? A floor guy, all those are related kind of industry, right? Or if you're in the pool, you're going to need a cement guy, right? So actually leveraging, even like in the rank and rent, you're doing one area of that niche, get that sub par, get that sub niche that's related, and repeat, right? And help you get those backlinks, right? Those are the elusive backlinks, trusted backlinks, and niche related backlinks, right? That are within your niche or related, not something completely off. And if they're gonna be, like you said, the colleges, the trade schools, the charities that are in your community, to bring that geo relevance, right? So I appreciate those moments. Now let me ask you, Russell, as far as tools, right? Like, how do I analyze it? How do I even know what backlinks my competitors have? Or, man, where do I start? Like, it's a brand new ranking renter, it's a brand new client. I'm not really niched down, so I'm barely getting started. Like, how do I know what backlinks they have? How do I know, okay, I got this backlink, or I'm buying these backlinks? How do I know if those backlinks are good? So I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but it's more like
right.
tool related, like how to
Okay.
analyze, how to find,
Right. Very good
somebody.
question. That's a very good question. So the first thing I do is, when I start a rank and rent website, or I work with a local client, the first thing is you have to cover your basics. So you have your foundation links in place. You have your, regardless of your competitors' links, you have to have your social profiles in place. You have to have your citations in place. You have to have, as an added thing, I also do the blog comment part. Then, as you very rightly said, how do I know what are the links my competitors have,
Uh-huh.
and how can I replicate that? So the first thing which you do is you, like the thing, I love Ahrefs for this. Though Ahrefs is getting a lot of flack today because of their price increase and things like that. At the end of the day, even I bitch about the price increase. My legacy account is gone because we use it a lot. So my legacy account is gone. I spend, I think, about maybe say $5,000 per month on Ahrefs across, because we pull in a lot of data for link building. So through the Content Explorer. So the first thing which I do is I put in the competitor, the top 5 competitors, top 10 competitors, and I see what links they have got. I download that into an Excel sheet. I copy paste them all together into one Excel sheet, and then I open them individually. So when you open them individually, this takes a lot of judgment, because when you see a website, and this has to be done manually, because you can check the DR, you can check the traffic, and when you check the DR and traffic, you realize that, okay, fine, this is a good website, but it may not be a good website. But you have to actually open the website. When you open the website, you will see the type of link. You will immediately be able to understand, is that link a natural link that they have linked to them in the course of the article which they're writing, or has this web business done outreach and has got that link? So either way, if they have done, if it's natural, you email them saying that, I have got almost a similar type of website which you have linked back to. Would you like to link back to my website also as a resource? In return, I will also link back to you on my website. And not only links, like say, for example, now when we do outreach, right? I had built for one of my niche businesses, I had built a Pinterest profile which has about 2 million followers. So what we also for our link building agency in many niches, what we do is we tell them that, we will promote your, say for example, that's a beauty website for a beauty link building client of mine. So we will tell them that we don't tell them we'll give you a link back because for them a link is not important. We tell them that we will promote you for 1 month on our various boards on our Pinterest profile. Uh, in return, give me a link. So for them, it's no brainer. For them, a link does not matter, but for them, the traffic which will come in matters a lot. And these are like these beauty product manufacturing companies and all, which will never sell links. There is high quality websites which will never sell links because they are earning maybe say $100,000, $200,000 per month per year as their revenue. They are not going to bother about $100, $200 selling a link on their website. That's not their business model. So we get web links from theirs by using the social angle. So you can definitely do that. What you can do is say, for example, now taking Nashville as an example, you join all the Facebook groups of Nashville, start commenting there so that, it's not that you'll just paste a link and then they'll boot you out of it. And then you tell them that, okay, I'm an active member on so many groups, which have a total followers of maybe say 100,000 people. So I will, along with giving you a link, I will also promote you out there. So that's like, you're giving them the cake and you're allowing them to eat it also. So they are happy. They will add your link there. If you see that it is unnaturally put, there's a high possibility that they are paid for the link. So then you approach them. If you have the budget, you can also tell them, I would like to pay a small fee and would you like to give me a link? So that's the best way of doing competitor analysis and getting links. Now, I am a very strong proponent of not paying for links. I have never paid for links in my life, unless when we are doing link building for niches like sex toys or for casinos. There you have to pay, and there the business owner also knows that you have to pay because those are those type of industries. You're just not going to get links. Other than that, I don't pay for links for the simple reason. My logic is, if I am paying for a link to a website, there's a high possibility that that website is also selling links to other people. So on a course of time, the type of links which they are going to be adding to their website, the quality is going to keep dropping. And Google will notice that, Google will penalize that, and the link which is coming back, the best case scenario, the link which is coming back to your website will have no value. Google will ignore the link. The worst case scenario is Google will penalize your website because you've got a link back. So I always follow the method of, it's okay to take a little bit more time to rank. It's and there's a little bit more effort, but it's not impossible to get non-paid links. We do 200 links per month. I charge about 149 to 199 per link, because of which we make about 30 to $40,000 per month on links. And I'm the lowest cost. Like say, for example, you may have got a BB, the link builder. She charges $500 per link. And, that is genuine outreach links. There's another web business called Jolly SEO. They charge $500 per link. And they are the only two other people that I know who do genuine outreach and don't pay for links. So it's more difficult, but it's not impossible, because maybe both of them will be making 200 to 300 links per month. I personally, with a team of about, we have a huge team. We have a team of about 14 people, but the link building is only about 4 people. The rest is for content for my own niche websites and all that. So these 4 people convert into business of $30,000 to $40,000, which is very competitive, because instead of $149, if I'd be charging $500, if I would be networking more and hitting corporates and all that, and we'll be charging $500 from them, it'd be an exponentially higher number, like 200 into 500, that'll be $100,000 per month coming in from links. So I can very safely tell you that I can make $1.2 million worth of links, $100,000 per month, $1.2 million worth of links without paying for links. So it is difficult, but it's not impossible. And I would always say go for non-paid links. Instead, use that budget, as I said, give a scholarship. So you'd pay $100 for a link. Here you're giving a $100 scholarship. Maybe you're getting 20 links coming in, right? You do something small for somebody. Do a plumbing thing free for somebody. Maybe a small thing which will cost for an old 90-year-old woman, right? And then approach the local newspapers and have them publish it out that, so and so person did it for so and so this and all, and get those type of publicity links. That publicity also for your local business, because it's a genuine business, will also get you more business, because people read the newspaper. There is brand recall. So the links should also be for brand recall. The link should also be for social proof that I went on this roofing site and this roofing site has mentioned that so and so plumber is good, right? So I will also, it should, a link should not, and that's what Google always assumed and always worked towards when it approached link building as a point for ranking. That a link is a recommendation. So a link should be a genuine recommendation. It should be a genuine social proof. It should be genuine traffic coming to your website. It should not just be that, okay, I see a competitor, my competitor has paid for 20 links, I'll pay the same people for 20 links and I'll go above the competitor. Because if you're creating higher quality links, those links will have much more value than a paid link in the eyes of Google, right? So if you go this way, and these links, your competitor can't approach them and tell them, okay, I'll give you, they can't approach a school and tell them, I'll give you $100, will you give me a link? The school is going to refuse. But the school will be putting it on their scholarship board or wherever their news bulletin or whatever they have, and you get a link back there. So that is always, I always go for the non-paid aspect of it. But many people don't want to spend the time to go for the non-paid aspect and they prefer to invest in this. But then they also have the risk of their site being penalized in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of the aha moments that I came to recently. Stop spending your money on trying to beat Google. Just do the right thing. Do, diversify, be creative. Like you made a great point, there is, if you niche down and then you get localized, there's a lot of opportunities that if you get creative, take that budget, like you're saying, hey, put it towards a scholarship, and boom, there's a .edu, right? A good, it's local, it's strong, right? It's trusted by Google. We're not trying to beat Google, just do the right thing and just do the right thing, right? To put your energy into just going out there and being of value, creating value for people. So it's a win-win situation for your businesses. So 100%. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So as far as tools, you said Ahrefs, manual, kind of audit.
If you really want to go, if you really want to go into pulling the emails and all that, Hunter is a very good tool, hunter.io. And Snov is there, Outscraper is there. But I've always seen it's better to have a VA, actually go and pull the email ID from the website. William has a very good team and at very reasonable rates, like $20 an hour. You can pull the whole list of, if you have a list of 200 websites or 300 websites, in an hour, they can, in maybe say 4 hours, in $100, they'll be able to actually pull a email ID, which the chances of bounce is very low because, these databases which are there for pulling out the email ID, they get decay after some time. So this you're pulling from the general website. So that's one for picking up the email ID. You can use ChatGPT for writing different scripts, making it more interesting, making it more relevant, adding some jargon so that, like, say, for example, jargon of a roofing company would be different from a plumbing company. As an SEO, I have no idea about the jargon of a plumbing or a roofing company, but ChatGPT can help me, create a nice email. So Ahrefs for checking your competitors, Ahrefs also for checking the keywords which you can need to rank for, what's the keyword volume, how difficult it is, and things like that. I love Ahrefs for that too. The keyword explorer of theirs. Manual picking up of email IDs for doing the outreach. If not manual, there's hunter.io, there's snob.io, and there's outscraper.com. All three are very good. Then there is another website. Ahrefs also will allow you through their keyword explorer to pull the top 100. I'm assuming SEMrush also has a feature. You pull the top 100 websites for any keyword from the SERPs. So what happens is you can also outreach to them, right? They are your competitors, but sometimes they give you links. So, or you can use that tool to pull the top 100 websites from Google and then put them into Ahrefs and check who are backlinking to them. And then, try to get those backlinks. Outscraper also has this the scraping for that you can pull your GMB and you can pull your Google Maps, that all your competitors who are there on Google Maps. So you'll understand competitive analysis that sometimes some person is maybe on third position having very low reviews. That means their links are good, right? So then you investigate their links to see that why are they ranking and what are the type of links that they're getting, which is helping them rank. So these are the tools which I would generally use as a local SEO.
Awesome. Now, just to kind of wrap it up, we're coming to our 60-minute mark. As far as the GMB, do you ever like send links directly to the GMB? How do you
So I have,
utilize?
yes, yes, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I have seen that being asked a lot. So I have tested this, and unfortunately, the results are unconclusive. So for some, also the reason behind that is when I build a rank and rent website, or I build, we are doing work for for a local SEO, we are charging them from the start. And for the rank and rent, we are telling them that we are also doing PPC, because of which traffic is going to the website. So there are a lot of variables involved. It's not, I've never A/B tested completely. Like, I've not done a single variable testing where I've created a GMB and we have only hit it with links and we have seen whether it ranks or no. I've always worked for a genuine local SEO or for a rank and rent website where we are also getting traffic. We are also doing the other 100 things.
Right.
But I would say that it won't hurt. It definitely won't hurt. More than building link. If you have a small link budget, then obviously focus only on your website, because then you will get two rankings, right? You will get the GMB ranking and you will get the organic ranking. And in organic, you will rank for many other things which GMB may not show. Like for example, taking a veterinarian, right? So you say knee replacement surgery for a dog in Nashville. That's not going to come on your GMB, but that will come in organic,
Mhm.
right? And a knee replacement surgery will maybe say cost 5,000-6,000. So even if the veterinarian gets one new patient, it covers very comfortably at 10% of it or 20% of it. It covers very comfortably what you're charging them for the SEO. So
That's
even if they
right.
get one per month only from that one, they're covering their cost. So that's the way you can sell it to them. So I like to put links to the organic website. Uh, GMB, it will definitely not hurt if you have the budget to do it. GMB also, I've seen GMB embeds help a lot. So you embed your GMB into Web 2.0s. If some website is ready to embed it into a directory type of a thing, or they are saying featuring you, and then they put a embed of the GMB that you can contact them so and so. Embeds work a lot. Like say a YouTube embed, that way your GMB embed would work a lot. Because I don't know why, but GMB embeds help more than creating links to.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that. So this is Russell. This is one question I'm asking all my guests as we end here, guys. If you have a question, feel free to drop it in here. So those that are watching the replay, Russell, how can they get a hold of you? How can we support you? Facebook, YouTube.
Yes. So Facebook, you can just search Russell Lobo. It's basically facebook.com/russell.lobo, double S double L. And if you'd like to try my services, if you'd like to try links, whlinks.com. That is basically logic is white hat links. So whlinks.com. These are the two. Facebook, or I'm almost always online. And on WH links, within 24 hours, you'll get a quote. Or even if not a quote, we can definitely give you a few ideas for free that you can either implement on your own, or we can support you in implementing and getting links back to your website.
Yeah, awesome. And that was W White Hat Links.
Yes, it's whlinks.com. W for
W.
whiskey, H for hotel, links, links.com.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we'll make sure we get that connected. Somebody's asking for it in the chat. And let's see here. One last thing, a fun fact about you that nobody knows.
Fun fact about me that nobody knows. My wife knows everything about me, but other than her, uh, fun fact about me, I like sleeping. I'm very lazy. So SEO is something very good for me, because and especially when you run an agency and niche sites for that matter, once your process is set in place, the team can take over. So even if the team leaves, that retraining is easier. As have struggle and focus and push yourself when it comes to learning. Once your basics and your foundation is strong, then make sure that you document everything and you set up proper processes. After that, you can literally enjoy life. I don't spend I spend maybe 10% of what I earn. So because of which I have complete financial security. I maybe work 4 hours a day, and the rest is handled by my team. And yeah, I sleep a lot. I am very lazy. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I spend a lot of time with them. Yes.
Awesome.
So
I love it. Love it.
God's bless.
So systemize your process. So if somebody leaves,
Exactly.
the team will always follow the system. It'll guide your system will guide them and what to do. So love it, love
Exactly.
it. Another question we have here. If we purchase links, what is the lifespan of the link?
So that's a very interesting question. If you purchase links from link vendors, people who have these huge databases of links, I would first of all always recommend you don't purchase these links, because if they are selling to you, they're selling to other people. If there is a database somewhere, Google definitely knows that they're selling links. So at best case scenario, Google will ignore the links. At worst case scenario, Google will penalize your website. So I would always suggest don't buy links from directories. Even if you're doing outreach, be very selective in the links which you buy. If you're buying links, most of them are rogues, the website owners also, because they're doing it as a business. So they will maybe in a year remove your links. The links which I create, the high quality, genuine outreach, non-paid links, we have every year we do a test, we a check and see. So if we have made about 2,500 links the past year, maybe 10 out of them, that is less than 1%, 0.5% maybe, would be removed. And in 6 months, if anyone for any reason have removed your links, we give you a link for free. So, but
Right.
the percentage is very low, 0.5% actually speaking, because there's no reason for them to remove your link. When we do an outreach, we tell them that it's beneficial for them and beneficial for us. There's no reason for them to remove. If you're paying for a link, then they are looking at it. If their link website is penalized, they remove all the links, outbound links, which they feel is spamming. So, and they have already got the money, so you can't really do anything. So there's a high chance of links being removed. For us, I have not seen that. When you do genuine outreach and you build a relationship with them, even if they've removed the link, you can just send them an email. Many people don't remove the link. Sometimes they delete a page or something like that. Then you can just email them saying that, you have given us a link, we had given you a link, you have deleted this page. Can you add the link to so and so page instead? And they add it up.
So at the
So, but
very
that's a very
least,
interesting question.
yeah, so at the very least 6 months, but you do check, after a year. And if
Once
it's
a year, we do so.
if
Yes.
it's set up correctly, it has the potential of a lifetime,
For a life.
yeah,
Because logically speaking, say for example, now williamjones.com, right? If he has featured me and then he now say there's a transcript of this on his website, and at the bottom he puts, Russell Lobo, whlinks.com. He's never going to take that out, right? That's going to be there forever as long as his website is there.
right,
So logically speaking, a link should not be removed. Links are removed when the links are on dodgy websites.
right. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So hopefully that helps prime location on there. Absolutely. So guys, with that said, Russell, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and you coming on here. Fun fact, you like to sleep. I love it. Focus on your business, systemize everything so you can enjoy life and your
Yes, yes,
travel.
yes.
I know what that I know of, you've done 3 trips. You're all constantly traveling here,
Yes, yes.
y- you
That's true.
know. So I appreciate.
And with my kids too. They are a 2-year-old and 4-year-old, so that that's a little bit more hectic than as they grow.
That's
That's
right.
one of the things I love about SEO, that we are given an opportunity. We can work from home. We can work. So I today work only 4 hours a day. I start at 9. I stop at around 1 or 2 with a 1 hour lunch break in the middle, and I get to spend the rest of my time with my kids. I sleep in the afternoon. I wake up from like 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock when until the time my kids go to sleep. I get to spend a lot of quality time with them, which my parents, the previous generation was not able to do.
That's
So
right.
from that perspective, I feel that we are very blessed. E-Myth Revisited is an excellent book if you want to read, which helps you systemize your processes. It brought, before that, I was like a typical agency owner, like a typical niche website owner, checking all the small things, doing everything, micromanaging, having problem with employee retention and training and things like that. When I went through this book, I realized that, If you set up a process, it is very easy then for your team to run it, and you don't need to run it. So I can today go for a 1 month vacation, and everything will run as smoothly as if I was working full on the business. So that's something which has helped me a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. Prime, yeah, you're making a statement or a question here. I apologize if you discuss this, but discuss this, but can your links help? Oh, okay, the GMB, do you feel organic? Okay, yeah, we did answer a little bit this question earlier. Like, so the way I asked it was, does he point or in general, does he suggest pointing links to your GMB? So in that small test that Russell did, he says it's inconclusive, but in theory, if you focus on your website and you optimize your GMB, remember we started this conversation with links. Get trusted and local in your niche, right? Trusted, local in your niche, links. Don't pay for them, right? For other companies, and get them. Did I freeze here? It looks like I
Yes,
froze.
you're frozen. Yeah.
But you can hear me okay?
We can hear you okay. Yes.
Okay, so don't buy links from these other companies or other sources, because I'm pretty sure they're selling to other people, right? So there goes the trust, right? And then you can take that budget if you go really niche down to local businesses, schools, and offer like a scholarship and get those free links and use that budget towards helping that, whatever cause that may be. So with that said is, let me try to unfreeze here. With that said, if you get trusted local niche links, optimize your GMB, leverage your reviews, do like the best practices, citations, social media, press release, web 2.0s, right? William, we have a package, best practices, get those basic links, and then switch over to the website, try to connect it, try to hook the GMB, right? Do your local pages, do your, your GMB categories, your keyword categories, try to link the two, embed the map. So when you, build that free website that GMB has, put links in there. So when you dial in your website with proper links and that goes up, well, since it's attached, your GMB ranking goes up too. Yesterday with Riz, we had a case study where all we did was optimize the website and we saw the reflection of the upgrade on your GMB. But mind you, you have to do what I call the best practices, right? The foundational stuff. Don't try to like do a bullet like, man, if I do this one thing, it's gonna work, right? It's gonna bite you in the butt. Be diversified. Everything that you hear people say, do a little bit. So if Google decides to put more weight on one thing or then the other, you're so diversified, you covered your basics, your best practices, that you're not gonna fall off the face of the earth because you're hitting a lot of different things. So that's kind of how we answered it with Russell as well. Should you do it? Yeah, why not? Is it the one thing that's gonna move the needle? No. Like Russell said, you just have to do the 100 other things, and then that'll help you out because you're diversifying, you're hitting all the rank factors, right? And that it's really what's going to help you out. So
I like to put in the point here that as Alfredo very rightly said, you have to do 100 things. But the best thing is you don't have to do 100 things, because there are people you can trust who can maybe do 50 things for you. So say, for example, now William, okay, he has an amazing team which does the citations, which does the web 2.0s, which does the directories, I'm assuming, and the social profiles, right? So as most SEO agency owners are one-man armies, or maybe they'll have a couple of their own personal VAs. I have a team of 14 now, so I don't need William's services. But if I would be starting out today, or if I was a one-man army, I would definitely make sure that I would outsource these parts, to him, and focus on the optimization, focus on the other more creative ways of getting links and, developing my profile, because these are the low level activities. Now, low level activities, there are two problems of it. One, if you are investing your time on it, you are charging less per hour of your time because you're doing donkey work. If you can outsource for $20, and if you know that, $10,000 per month is what's going to cut it for you, and you have only maybe say 650 hours in a month, right? So you have 10,000 divided by 50, you have 1,000, you have about $200 per hour. You know you're going to get work done for $20. You don't spend $200 of your time. So that is something which you outsource. Okay. Second thing is, assuming you outsource to your own VAs, the problem is you have to still set up the process. You have to still do the documentation. You have to still train them. You have to also then still check their work to see that they have done it correctly. So instead of investing that time, okay, I'm not an affiliate of William, and nor am I earning anything from this. But the logical thing to do is he already has a team who does these things very well. They have a manager who will be checking the work. They will be giving you a report, and any fuck up happens out there, his team will take responsibility and rectify it, right? So there is somewhere you can really save your time. I didn't have it when I was setting my thing up, but today, if say suppose I start a new local SEO business, like say for example, if I start a local SEOs for if I start say SEO for plastic surgery or something like that, and my target is to have, maybe say I'll be giving say 799 per month, and which is a very low amount for a plastic surgeon, and I'll be giving my target is to get 200 plastic surgeons in the next 1 year. Then my basic stuff I'll be outsourcing completely to Williams. A, because I trust him. B, because his process is in place. And C, because I know that I don't want to waste my time in setting all those things up. And when I focus then on getting 200 clients, right? Today, you will focus on getting a client for $2,000, $3,000, because you want 3 clients who will give you $10,000. Charge $1,000, charge $999, charge $799, and get 10 clients. Okay, but 80% of the work should be done by somebody else. You focus only on the 20%, and then your 20% you work only for 50 hours. Enjoy time with your family. Get your $10,000 or whatever your number is, whatever number you decide.
Awesome.
So
I
that's
appreciate
small
that.
suggestion.
There you go. There you go. This is turning into, think of the marketing, whatever, as a business, right? The long term.
Exactly.
You know,
Very
what is the lifestyle you want to create for yourself? What is that number, like Russell was saying? So guys, with that said, I appreciate everybody that showed up, the questions, the interactions, those that are watching the replay. White Hat, whlinks.com. Support Russell. I believe he has a great point of view in how he goes about executing what he does. Follow him on Facebook. He has a beautiful family on his banner, his wife, his kids. He's a great family guy. I can appreciate that. And with that being said, much love, much success to everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Thanks, Alfredo, for hosting me. Have a lovely day ahead. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.